Hey, you guys. So I wanted to get a quick reading in before I go to a weekly support group. Couple of them actually. So this reading, we are going to spirit called to my attention. This question: is Vance setting us up with these rump roast, quote unquote, appearances to gain control of the presidency through the 25th Amendment? And also, obviously, covering up rump roast dysfunctionality or the fact that he's not functioning at all in any capacity. Okay, so entertainment purposes only, yes, guys. Don't forget Sunday Live, 1 p.m. Eastern, every Sunday. 1 p.m. Eastern. That is political and spiritual questions. Before I do this, so November 7th and 21st, December 5th and 19th, and January 9th and 23rd are our 6-part tarot classes. All you need to do to join the tarot class is be a paid subscriber on Substack. And also I did post on Substack yesterday, so please visit my Substack. The link to my Substack is in the description box below the video. Also, you can attend the classes if you are a paid membership here for the $1.99 a month. Okay? Now, in support of one of our lovely community members, please visit a Simone's podcast on Spotify and iHeart Apple Radio, called No Reinvention Needed, Just a Return. And this is for women over 60 in their second act. New topic every Thursday. That information is also in the description box below the video. Okay? I think it's the Spotify. So the Spotify link is in the description box for that. So you would have to put No Reinvention Needed if you have access to iHeart. Okay? All right, so Light Sears Tarot. We're going to see what Couchman is up to in regards to stepping into the office of the presidency. Still fake. Not letting up on that either. That's still fake. He is not the real vice president because Rump Roast is not the real president. Okay. See? Holding secrets. Holding on to something tightly. 4 of Pentacles. Holding on to secrets. Keeping things close to the vest. I don't know. They better watch Hog's Breath and what they tell him. He'll be telling everybody on the planet. Oof. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So that is a beginning, something different anyway. So it's a beginning, not necessarily a positive one, although, and please don't come at me. Although, if Couchman took the place of the current fake president, it would still be a step up in a way because it moves us closer, or moves us further along on the timeline. And please watch Consciously Aaron. Yesterday, or was it this morning? I forget. It might have been this morning. She posted something. Well, she posted something last night about a timeline shift real quick, and I knew it was coming. I could feel it. That's the lack of sleep there. That's the being woken up. There's going to be a lot of cleanse and release with that, letting go of the old baggage in order to move more lightly into the next phase of the timeline. Okay? And so she did post this morning, Consciously Aaron, E-R-I-N. She does the Schumann's on a daily basis. Okay? 9 of Swords. Okay, so that's... In this deck, this is generally I would call this the rest before the final battle. In this one, it looks like she is collecting her thoughts. She's kind of torn up because she accepts the fact that something is not hers anymore, or something is not for her anymore, or a situation has changed. So that to me is whoever's on board with Rump Roast, okay? Whoever's on board with his policies and his BS, this would be that group of people. Oh, gee, we're so upset. You know, because Rump Roast isn't the president anymore. Well, they'll get over it. And then Spirit Team says to remind that they will, the hardcore Rump Roast supporters will try to manipulate Couchman. Okay? It's a given. There's no getting around it. Okay, so this is the Happy Home, Happy Family Four of Wands. Okay, fours are the thing, the catalyst that happens before the change of the fives. Fives are about change. Fours are about the catalyst, the person, place, thing, situation that comes about to make that change. Okay? Now, if this was any other reading, that would be Happy Home, Happy Family, but not this reading. That is the events that are the catalyst for the change in power. Okay, and we have the Empress, birthing something new. So I have to say, yeah, they're working on that 25th Amendment, and they're setting up his supporters. They can't set him up because, you know, and Couchman knows the situation with Rump Roast. He's a big piece of that. He's a big piece of it, of the hiding of it, of the keeping it close to the vest. And then we have the Page of Swords, so that's a message bringing the truth. So don't be surprised if you hear about the 25th Amendment piece before you hear about the unalived piece, okay? Or the incapacitated piece. Ten of Pentacles, an ending of power. Pentacles are power in my political readings. Then we have Judgment. Judgment, get back what you put out. Okay, so Rump Roast is going to get back what he put out. By the way, I was watching a Keith Edwards video this morning, and he was, now I have to mute when Rump Roast is talking on a video. I just can't stand to hear his voice. It literally makes me nauseous. But I was reading the closed captioning, and well, that's not the part I want to talk about, really. The part I want to talk about is how he looked too healthy. Too healthy. Too round-faced, too robust, color-wise. Is it me, or is the orange makeup thing toned down? Is that me? Or am I just not seeing it anymore because I'm so used to looking at it? Let me know what you think. And then we have the moon, things that are hidden coming to the surface. So they're telling me that here, so you might hear about the 25th Amendment before you hear about the incapacitation of Rump Roast. Okay, that one's up in the air right now, that piece of it, the part where you actually hear about the incapacitation. I mean, he's removed, he's, you know, replaced, and there's a good chance that they won't say anything about it. Because they're gonna get in trouble if they do. They're not gonna be able to say, oh, it just happened. They're not gonna be able to say that. I think people are already on to them. So anywho, the Chariot, Couchman gets put in there very quickly. Spirit team says he also gets removed fairly quickly. Last we checked, he might spend a month in there. We have the Seven of Pentacles. That's the planting of the seeds. Seeing the seeds begin to sprout. That's what they've been doing, is planting seeds in the public's mind. We have the Tower. It all comes crashing down. Tower moment for Rump Roast supporters. And later on, a Tower moment for Couchman. Eight of Wands, again, happening very quickly. Lots of information coming from all sides. And that is, that's what they do. That's what they've been doing. They start a fire here, start a fire there, fires all around, and we don't know which one to look at. And it's too much information. This is why we keep saying, all of us, most of us anyway, readers keep saying, step back from that news. And you'll see my mug tomorrow, by the way. I wasn't doing all that today. What's today, Monday? Yeah, I wasn't doing it because yesterday was 2 lives, so it's a little bit energy depleting. Nothing you guys are doing. It's just the way it is. 5 of Wands, the infighting. People do not want Couchman. They just don't want him. And that's that arguing and battling is about other things too, not just that. Next reading, next video, we'll talk about the government shutdown. Okay, we have 4 of Cups. Looking at loss. But there's a new opportunity here. Right here. New opportunity. Once they stop focusing on the loss, or we stop focusing on the loss, we'll see this Couchman moving in and to replace Rump Roast. We will see that as an opportunity for change. The change we want. Not any old change. Then we have 8 of Swords. Okay. So that's really just talking about Rump Roast stuck in his body. Every single person that we have channeled, as well as my spirit team, has said that his soul is hovering. Then we have 2 of Cups. That's partnerships. Finding a sort of balance, not on every level, but a balance here and there. And that'll be part of that deep breath that we take. Remember, Couchman's not worse than Rump Roast. He's just different. He's bad in a different way. And he's younger. But he doesn't have the support. He doesn't have the support base, okay? He just doesn't. Just because Tech Bro supports you, or maybe, Miller supports you, that doesn't mean anything. That's not enough. And we have the Devil. That Devil energy. I'm not saying that Couchman's a good person. I'm just saying that he's a bad person in a different way. He's a bad actor in a different way. And he can do damage. I'm not going to downplay that. He's not going to have time to do that much damage. Anything he does, people are going to just blow it off and smirk at it and reverse it right back to the way it was to begin with. And I mean the way it was to begin with. Okay, before him. And then we have the being forced to move along. being forced out, being forced to move forward, being forced to leave. Notice that the crows are pulling her. And she has 6 swords of truth in the boat with her. Yeah, they're in the back of the boat. In the back of the boat. You can only see it one peeking out in the back. But there's going to be 6 swords in that boat. All right, I think that's that for now. Yours, guys. So I'll see you in the next video. And we will talk about that government shutdown again. See what's going on with that. It's like, because that redirect, you guys, that redirect that they do. Oh, let's not focus on the epi-files and let's not focus on that shutdown. Let's, again, start fires all over the place everywhere else and focus on those instead. So you'll forget what's really going on. We haven't forgotten, because us readers, we're here to remind you. And your spirit teams are there to remind you too. None of this stuff has gone away, and it's all still just as pertinent and important as it ever was. All right, much love, many blessings. I see you in the funny papers.